Welcome back, trainers, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at some more Goodra battles here in the Ultra Premier before the Ultra Premier is gone, and we're going to be doing the Retro Cup. So that is going to be pretty interesting. Haven't really talked about that, but we will shortly, probably maybe tomorrow, maybe later today. Anyways, we're going to be taking a look at some different teams here. We're going to be switching it up, using a Toxicroak, using a Venusaur, an Empoleon, and then eventually we're going to just use the team of Goodra, Empoleon, and Alolan Ninetales. I found that to be pretty good. Although, when I did use that team, I'm not here to argue with anybody. You could say whatever you want in the comments. Go ahead. Just keep it civil, all right? You could definitely have your own opinion. But there is an algorithm. It's not so mysterious, right? There's definitely one when you do have specific Pokemon. Now, I'd get more specific on how it does work, but I don't want to reveal anything. So let's just leave it at that. But you're going to see the leads are going to get real nasty. Anyways, with that said, let's go ahead and get into the commentary here. Now, me using Goodra, it really takes a bit of finesse sometimes, right? You can't rely on muddy water, that's for sure. If you're going up against something that's weak to it, yeah, I guess that's a different story, but it's really not putting in too much work. Getting the attack debuff, honestly, it doesn't happen too much to me, but I went up against somebody today where they got the attack debuff 3 times in a row. Then I went up against somebody else with Goodra, and they got the attack debuff every time they used it, which was twice. It's like, well, where's my debuffs? Come on, man. Anyways, I think, yeah, Dragon Breath down. We take the win with Goodra. Looking great there. All right, full commentary. Let's get it. On to our next opponent. We're met with a Galvantula, and actually, this is great. We resist the electric, so they're really not doing too much, while the Dragon Breath is really eating into it. Now, Lunge is going to be neutral. It will lower our attack. It is going to put us in a different situation here, of course, so got to play around that. Now, do you want Power Whip? Yeah, maybe so. Definitely want Muddy Water. I want to run Draco Meteor just for the heck of it, just to see if I'm able to get through on anybody. It's a lot of energy to throw down the drain if they do shield, so. But then you also have the Muddy Water bait. It's going to be a big gamble. It's like, am I going to get hit by a Draco, a Power Whip, or a Muddy Water? They were farming a whole bunch. And that's the problem. You're going to sit there forever. It's going to be obvious. So we take them down shield for shield. We do have lowered attack. We're going to be instantly swapping into our Venusaur because we don't want them to sit there and farm. You know, we have Dragon Breath. It's not very effective. Muddy Water is neutral. We could go Power Whip, but they're going to be able to farm a bunch if we allow them to. So getting off an Earthquake, which is fine. Letting it go through, no problem. This is easily a Rock Slide, so we're absolutely letting that go through as well. So we can get to the Frenzy Plant here while still holding on to a shield. And they are going to let it go. Fantastic. Bringing in the Politoed. Good play. Able to farm us down before we're able to get off a Power Whip. Or should I say, just any sort of damage at all. So what we're going to do is bring in the Goodra just for a second here so they can go ahead and throw their damage. I mean, it's still super effective. Who am I tricking here, right? Well, whatever. We'll see. It'll work out real nice here. So we're taking a bunch of damage from the Politoed here, and we're going to go ahead and just throw Rock Slide. Could build up to Earthquake, but what I want to do is come back into this fight with the Goodra and just farm down with Dragon Breath. All right, there we go. We're just holding on by a sliver. How is this even going to work? I don't know. We'll see. Going to go for that Muddy Water. We're getting their final shield from them. Fantastic. But yeah, actually, no, this ain't happening. Politoed, unfortunately, is going to be able to charge very fast, and they're going to be able to get to another one. We just needed like 2 more Dragon Breaths, and it would have been over, but we're not able to take that win there. Good game. All right, moving on to our next opponent here. And we had a decent lead, too, so nice comeback. Using Toxicroak in the lead now. Goodra and Galarian Stunfisk are in the back, and this is a great lead up against the Lapras here. We're just going to go for the Mud Bomb. Unfortunately, they're letting it go. Not shielding, calling my bait. Should have known better, but, you know, hindsight is 20/20. So they're going for Surf, so I do believe we want to shield up and farm down. We're going to have some decent energy ready to go, but we better be on our toes in case it's a Confusion user here. And it is going to be a Machamp. And we're going to go ahead and go with the Mud Bomb again, and they let it go through. Man, a Sludge Bomb would have done so much damage. Oh, nice call. Really nice calls here. Still holding on to 2 shields. They basically have something in the back that we don't know what it is. What are they putting all their hope into? It's going to be that Gengar. Okay. All right. Sounds good to me. We do have Galarian Stunfisk, which in case they do have, say, I don't know, Sludge Bomb, then are not going to really be wanting to go for that. Basically just the Shadow Punches here. And if that is the case, more than likely, yes, well, we're going to be looking pretty good here. Because, well, that's simply not going to be cutting it for them. What I want to do, though, is kind of come in here with the Goodra and farm the Gengar a bit. Let's see if that actually happens. We're farming. That's why we're not throwing, okay? So just want to be clear on that. We don't want to throw, otherwise we're going to get farmed down. So we're just letting them go to town. In comes Machamp. They take us out with energy. Great. Perfectly planned. In comes their other Pokemon, Gengar. We just Dragon Breath them down. Beautiful. Just as I planned it. On to our next opponent here. And it is going to be an Empoleon. This is absolutely perfect. Alright, so as soon as I see the Talonflame being thrown into battle, I go in here with our Galarian Stunfisk, and it's all good. So they're going to be shielding up the first one. As a matter of fact, Talonflame can actually take a Rock Slide, if you are XL, of course. But they're going to be shielding up the first one, expecting them to let this one go through. And there it is, as you can see, surviving it. And that's all they really need, because the quick move is really not doing too much to them, so they can survive that. We're letting that go through. They're getting one more Incinerate through. I think we want to go in here with the Goodra and farm them down, hopefully before they get off the charge move. Beautiful. So 1-to-1 shield. Coming back in here with an Empoleon, and we're going to go ahead and build up to the Power Whip here. Now, I don't really see myself going for Power Whip too often, really. And whenever I do build up to the energy and go for the Muddy Water, they always let it go through. So it's like, man, I should just go for Power Whip more often here. And we're going to be swapping at this time once they did release their energy. They're going to be going into a Machamp, which is fine. This is actually very good because we resist everything they're going to throw at us, although it is Shadow and it still will hurt. Letting the Rock Slide go through. Counter, 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 counter. Beautiful. In comes that Empoleon. And we're going to be threatening it with the remainder of our health and counters. Mud Bomb. They're letting it go through. They realize it is basically over. Good game. On to our next opponent. We're going to be met with a Skarmory. Oh, let's see how this goes down. So Goodra being so tanky, if we get this Muddy Water through, well, we're going to get it through. If we can get the debuff, we're going to be looking great. Oh, look at that. It finally happened for us. They're going to be swapping with energy. And here's where I made my first mistake. I go for the Muddy Water. Should have just built up to Power Whip. Took them out. Maybe they would have shielded up. Who knows how it went, but already put myself in not the best situation. So we do have the Galarian Stunfisk and the Alolan Ninetales. Don't really need to swap. This is actually a technically really good matchup for us here. We're really bringing it down. We made the Skarmory swap. It does have energy. We need to think about that. But we do have the Galarian Stunfisk to handle that Skarmory. And, well, Stunfisk doesn't want to see the Swampert here, so we're just going to hold our ground. Shielding that up. And, yeah, I didn't want to hit this Muddy Water. I didn't. I thought I might be able to get it before them. So we're going to swap and catch the whatever they're going to throw at us here. Sky Attack. Okay, sounds good. And they're not going anywhere, so there must be something maybe back there that does not want to see the Galarian Stunfisk. But we'll just have to see here. Shielding up that Rock Slide. Okay, sounds good to me. And we still have a whole Alolan Ninetales here. All right, we're just going to hold on to that last shield that we have. Go for another Rock Slide and just keep putting on the pressure here. And I'm just curious, what in the world's back there? So making me really want to kind of swap. But I do believe they do that first. They're going for that Sky Attack. And it's a Machamp in the back. Okay, that's very interesting for them to wait this long to swap into it. But I'm pretty sure they know exactly what they're doing. Going to shield up that Cross Chop, knowing very well that it was going to be a Cross Chop. I just want to keep that health up. Yes, they're going to go for a Rock Slide and take us out here. But not before we get a bunch of these Weather Balls off here. Last shield, fantastic. Both of our Pokemon are low, so how are we going to even pull this off? It's going to be rough, folks. It is going to be pretty rough. Rock Slide taking us out. So we're going to go in here with the Galarian Stunfisk. Throw the Rock Slide here. You're going to see how stupid close this is. Going in with Goodra to just do whatever damage I can. Farming down with the Galarian Stunfisk. That Skarmory does have HP, so we need to be careful here. Bringing it in, and we're going to go ahead and go for the Rock Slide here. This is going to be very close. Oh, they retreated, do a little damage like we did with the Goodra, exactly like what we did, and they're able to get to the charge move, and we're going to KO with 1 HP and time up. That actually really annoyed me. It was a great game, but it was so close. It's like, come on. Those are always awesome, though. So for the next match, we're met with an Ampharos. Great. They're swapping into a Goodra, and we're going to go ahead and go right into our Ninetales here, and we're in Counter City. Let's get it. Okay, so, yeah. Building up to 2 of these weather balls here in case they want to shield up the first one. Letting it go. And of course, you know, they get the debuff on me. Of course they do. Of course. Going for another one, taking them out. No shields have been used on either end. They're bringing in a Galarian Stunfisk, which that sounds okay to me. Alright, we're not really doing much because of the debuff here. Although we wouldn't have been doing much in the first place. It is neutral damage, but it does really start adding up with the spamminess. So we're swapping into our Goodra here. Going to go for the Surf to do some super effective damage without stab. Very low attack move there. And they're swapping back into the Ampharos, knowing that that's all they had in the back. Going in with the Goodra wasn't too bad of a play, I suppose. Going for the Muddy Water, no debuff. Of course, you know how it goes. And our Goodra's bouncing around over here. Focus Blast. It was letting me know. Shield, I don't want to go down yet. He's going to Focus Blast me. And we did. Alright, going for another Muddy Water. And they're still holding on to their 2 shields for their Galarian Stunfisk. I don't know how good of an idea that is, but hey, you do what you got to do. Going for the Muddy Water, and they are letting it go through. Wow, they are really holding their ground with that thing. Letting the Earthquake go through, no problem, because we have an Empoleon back here, and as soon as they see it, they're like, ah, shoot, I should have used my shields. It's a good game there. So yes, we are using the Empoleon. This team, we're going to use it for the remainder of the video. And this is what I'm talking about. We kept getting these Abomasnow leads. Like, that's such a horrible lead for this team here. So we're going to go, well, Goodra at least. Swapping into our Ninetales here. They're going to be staying in the fight. Do believe we shield this up. Oh, letting it go through. Oh, that was a good call. Wow. They definitely build up to Energy Ball there. Retreating with energy, bringing in their Swampert. Going to go ahead and let that Hydro Cannon go through. Those quick moves really not too threatening to us here. And we're going to be able to spam these Weather Balls like crazy. We will shield up the next one, I do believe. Although we can just come back in here with the Goodra and build up energy. They're letting them all go through, so we're just going to go ahead and swap into our Empoleon right now. Shield this. Oh, no. Oh, man, we're just calling them. We're just calling it all around here, huh? Nice. And they have a Kingdra on the team. All right, so it's not all bad. It's, you know, it could be worse, I suppose. It could be a Machamp, right? So we're just going to do what we can do here. So Goodra going up against Kingdra. Actually, since Goodra is so tanky, it will be able to really put on the pressure. They do have the Outrage, which will obviously do a ton of damage. While both of you have a Water Charge move. Muddy Water is doing a lot less, but you do have the attack debuff. But on the Octazooka, you have a double debuff. 50% chance, which is quite stupid, to be honest. So we're up against the Abomasnow again with our Alola Ninetales. This thing really can put in some work, even if it does have a little bit of health. It's not quite give it an inch and it'll take a mile like Mawile, but it really can put in the work there. Well, obviously going up against something not very effective. Alright, so we're going to bring in the Empoleon just to have them throw their energy here, which is all we really want to use it for. They're going for a Weather Ball, and I was like, okay, that sounds great to me, but they're able to farm me down, which, oh, I have the Goodra. I'm thinking I should just back out. But no, let's just stay, just in case. We're a pretty thick dragon. We can take a Weather Ball. Stab. Yeah, no problem. They're swapping into their Kingdra. We're farming it down. And we're just going to go for that Muddy Water. This is really not going to do much damage, but before they get off something. Before they get off that Weather Ball and take us out, because it can spam those pretty fast. Thank you, Goodra. On to our next opponent. And it is a Talonflame. Finally, we have a good lead here. They're going to be swapping into a Clefable. We're going to go right into our Empoleon. So this is going to be able to also counter that Talonflame. But Talonflame could put up a fight up against Empoleon. So don't let your guard down with it. But anyways, what we're going to do here is let the charge move go through and farm down all the way. I mean, if I was to throw a charge move here, I'd be, I don't know how I'd be a legend, right? So there it goes, taking them out. And don't think they'll... Oh, they're coming back with Talonflame. I wonder what they have in the back. All right. They realize, though, we're low health. They're going to be able to almost farm us down here. Yeah, that's what their plan is, to just double shield and farm us down. A loaded up Talonflame is going to be pretty dangerous, but we still have 2 shields and a Goodra. So what we're going to do is just throw this in here, and we're going to let it go through. We know it's a Sky Attack. I don't care, whatever. Go ahead, Goodra, taking it like a boss. And they have an Alola Ninetales in the back with Charm. Alright, did I just screw up? Because, well, I'm starting to get a little nervous here. They have no shield, so let's just see what we can do here. We're going to go ahead and shield that up. It's not very effective, but with that Charm doing a ton of damage, we kind of need to preserve our health here, so we are going to shield up that not very effective Weather Ball. And now we're going to just go ahead and throw Weather Ball ourselves here. And then we are planning on farming down. And now you're going to see why I shielded up that first weather ball here, calculating it perfectly. Look at that, farming down with energy. They have that Talonflame. We're going to go for the weather ball. It's not going to KO, not enough, but we're going to swap into our Goodra and put this thing in its place. Going for the Muddy Water. Thank you, Goodra. Taking the win. Let's go. All right, fantastic. I'm liking this Pokemon. It's really fun. It's always fun to have new Pokemon, especially Dragon Breath users with Stab, and a fun-looking Pokemon design as well. Another Abomasnow lead. Are you freaking joking me? We're swapping into our Ninetales, and they're going to go into Machamp here. Going to go ahead and let this Cross Chop go through. That was a little quick. So yeah, calling that correctly here. Ninetales holding its own, even though it's Ice type, also Fairy, so not taking super effective from fighting, but it really does dig in with that Shadow Machamp because we all know Shadow Machamp is just ridiculous. We're getting 2 shields out of them, and you want to see what pisses them off? Getting a 3rd Weather Ball. They were planning on farming us down, but we survived with 1 HP. Unfortunately, not able to take them out. We do have an Empoleon, so we're going to go ahead and go in here with Goodra, and going to go ahead and shield up the first Cross Chop there. It'll do a decent amount of damage. They have no shields. Might as well preserve our health. And yeah, that's what we're going to do. Even though there is an Abomasnow in the back, but you're going to see it. I think it still comes into play. Letting that energy ball go through as we are up against the Empoleon with our... We're up against the Abomasnow with our Empoleon here. And of course, they're having to let it go through. No more shields on their end. And do we call this? Oh, yeah, shielding it up. Okay. And they're going to be swapping into their final Pokemon, which is going to be Drifblim. And we go for a Drill Peck, which is unfortunately the same energy as Hydro Cannon and doing a lot less damage. So we kind of missed out there. Swapping into Goodra to take an Icy Wind. Is this the best play? Yeah, you'll see. That Abomasnow is really not holding on to much health, so I think we're okay. Going for the Muddy Water and getting the attack debuff. Fantastic. So the Icy Wind should not KO me right now. All right, surviving. And farming down. Fantastic. Let's go. Getting to that Muddy Water. Goodra putting in the work, folks. Let's go. And, oh, not quite taking him out, but we're just going to go in here with our Empoleon with a Waterfall up against a Grass and Ice type and taking a win. On to the next battle. What is it going to be? A Talonflame. Thank you. Thank you. Let's go. So expecting them to go for, you know, Brave Bird, but we're just going to go ahead and see if we can get the debuff first. If we do, we're letting it go through. There's the debuff, and now we don't need to shield up Brave Bird. Still going to hurt. Yeah, look at that. Nice, nice, nice. Swapping into Umbreon XL, we're going to go ahead and go right into our Alolan Ninetales XL. How's it going over there, Umbreon? How you doing, buddy? Good to see ya. You're really not afraid of too many Pokemon, but I'm pretty sure I'm one of those things that you don't want to see. People ask me, why do you have Play Rough? Well, there you go. That's exactly why I have it, specifically for the Umbreon, quite literally. That's it. I mean, Psyshock is great, but having that coverage is going to be pretty nice. Taking a big chunk of their health out, and you don't have to worry about anything else anymore. So we're going to simply let this go through, farm down, and we're going to be looking pretty good. Pretty good. 2 shields on their end. Okay. Going to go ahead and go for the Weather Ball onto the Talonflame, instantly swapping into our Empoleon, and they're going to have the Abomasnow in the back. This thing, I just cannot escape it. This Abomasnow is everywhere when I pick this team. So we're getting that through. They're still holding on to their shield. That's fine. And I do believe we shield this up, calling the Energy Ball correctly. Fantastic. You don't want to shield up a Weather Ball from Abomasnow when you're using Empoleon. It does no damage. Letting it go through, and then they back out. They realize that this game is over, and looking good. All right, moving on to our next opponent here. If you do enjoy these battles, specifically the Goodra, give this video a thumbs up. It really does help me out quite a bit. So we're met with an Obstagoon here. I could take it or leave it. Honestly, this matchup is kind of annoying, to be honest, because of the lack of debuffs on the Muddy Water that I'm getting here. If I got more, it would be more comfortable, but no debuff. All right, let's go. So they're just going to be tacking on the damage, really putting some work onto us. We don't want to go in here with Empoleon. If we swap in with our Ninetales, they're going to swap and probably counter us. So the best way to play out this battle is to, unfortunately, let them counter us down right like that. And we're not even able to get off our Muddy Water, bringing in the Alolan Ninetales, and we're going to let everything go through. No problem. And they're bringing in a Charizard. We're going to instantly swap into our Empoleon. Still 2 shields on both ends. Easy money. Shielding up this Blast Bird, no problem. And we're going to farm them down. We're going to have a bunch of energy when we come out of this battle. Yeah, we still need to look out for the Obstagoons, Cross Chop, and counter, but we're loaded up on energy. More than likely, they're just going to double shield. What did they come into battle with? Oh, the Obstagoon to absorb it, and they have a Venusaur in the back. Okay. All right, game on. Let's get it. We have a Ninetales left, so that sounds good to me. 1 shield as well. We could take a Sludge Bomb without having to worry and still have a good amount of health for them to not farm us down. So what we want to do is wait for them to throw their energy here, and then we'll go ahead and swap. They have way more than what they need for a Sludge Bomb and a Frenzy Plant. They're building extra energy, right? That's exactly what they wanted to do. I just wanted them to throw some of it first. Going for a Frenzy Plant, and we call it correctly by not shielding, and we're going to be able to take the win here. If you did enjoy this video, give it a big thumbs up, folks. Subscribe if you're new, turn notifications on. I'll be keeping you up to date on everything Pokemon Go and bringing you some more battles. Take care.
Just like